Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Alex's Notes from the Middle. I am your host, Alex Light. Yes, that is my real name. I have had people ask me about that, and I think it's so funny. But yes, my last name is actually Light. I was born with it. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who came out to support me for my first episode, for all the feedback that you gave me. It was really wonderful, and everybody has been so supportive. And I'm so happy to be on this journey and to be sharing this with you all because honestly, if any of my information helps just one person feel connected or makes them feel like they want to chase their dreams and becomes great, then I did my job. And that's just, it fills me with so much joy to know that so many people even listen to it multiple times to really harness their high vibrations and harness that energy and know that we are all worthy of our dreams. We're all worthy of love and happiness. And I just, I feel really blessed. I truly do that so many of you are going to be on this journey with me. I did take some notes this week that I would like to share with you. I have notes that I wrote that I'm going to share with you today. And I just kind of get these. This is why I never know where it's going to go. Because when you have ideas or, as a creative, when something comes to you, it comes to you at the most interesting times. You could be driving down the road and something comes to you. You could just be listening to a song and something comes to you. Something triggers that creativity to just come out. And I was sitting at my desk one day and somebody said something to me and this came out. Growth isn't polished, it's personal. It's a phrase capturing real personal development. Real personal development is messy, not linear, and deeply individual, rather than the curated, perfect image often portrayed. It emphasizes that growth involves navigating uncomfortable, raw experiences such as failures and emotional challenges, rather than just achieving a finished or successful state. Now, while I was doing some research, this came to me. And the quote is actually, growth isn't polished. It's personal. Because all of us have growth. We all grow at our own rates. We all grow at our own time. We all have our own timeline. And that's so important. None of us have had the same journey up to this point, and none of us will continue to have the same journey past this point. But we are still here together in the middle. So that is something I really wanted to emphasize today about growth. Because here we are at the beginning. This is growth. Me starting this podcast is growth. You listening is growth. You wanting to heal and transition into living the life of your dreams. It's all growth and it's all beautiful. And we all start here in the middle because we've already lived some life and we all have life to go. So the first thing I wanted to say to you today is embracing the mess. Because growth, it often feels very chaotic. And sometimes you're like, am I doing this right? There's no right way for growth. The only right way of growth is improving yourself. So there's no specific answers for anybody on their journey of growth. It's going to feel chaotic. It requires letting go of old versions of yourself that you have held on to for so long. And what I want to encourage you to do, if you are holding on to those old versions of yourself, is I want you to let it go. Let it go. Because the new you is not concentrating on what happened in your past. What happened in your past is experiences that you've had, learning experiences. It's taught you what you want to do, what you don't want to do, how you want to possibly live the rest of your life. But if you are dwelling on things in your past, you are not moving forward, and that is not growth. So in order to have growth, you need to release the old versions of yourself and navigate the uncertainty, and it's going to be messy. But find your support system. I'm also here for you. And we'll make it through. Second is internal over external. All real growth focuses on your internal shifts in integrity, peace, and resilience rather than external validations. So external validations, which I took some notes this morning during the church sermon. So it says here, I got this journal. Okay. So this is kind of going on a different road. So internal over external, making sure you're healing yourself on the inside, external validations, give up giving an F what others think of you. If any of you follow my Instagram and any of you follow my Facebook, you'll see that I put that on there. I talked about knowing that other people's opinions of you is none of your business. Other people's opinions of you is none of your business. People are going to have their opinions, whether they are right or they are wrong, and it's none of your business because the only person who truly knows you is you. I'm going to say it one more time. Other people's opinions of you are none of your business. Release the weight of other people's opinions. Let that go. All it is doing is weighing you down. Get out of that. The people who are in your life, who love you for who you truly are not going to judge you. They're going to embrace you for you. The others who are judging you, who are calling you names, who are having their opinions about you behind their back, those are not people you want in your life anyway. So don't let their opinions bother you. Oh, it's easier said than done. And I understand that it's so much easier said than done to release other people's opinions. But it's the best thing that you can do for yourself for growth. So focus on the internal. Focus on yourself. Focus on your want and how you want to be and who you want to be, and on that internal growth, and release those other people. They're external. Focus on the internal. Okay? So, also, growth, not linear. And I did touch on that last week a little bit. Growth goes up, growth goes down. Okay? Like a mountain range. It is not a straight line. There's up, there's downs. You will have good days. You will have bad days. It's okay. Find your people to lean on. And just know that even the steps backwards that you have taken, you still have more knowledge than you did prior to the peak that you had before. So when you're down here and you're starting your journey, you're going up, 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 up. And I kind of think of it like the yodeler in The Price is Right. You know, so you're going up, up, up the mountain, and he gets to the top, and he falls off. But he was more knowledgeable than he was when he started here. So you have that up and the down, and you're more knowledgeable here than you were when you began. And it's also easier to pull yourself out of certain places when you've already had the tools and you know the tools to get yourself back up on the slope back up. Uniqueness. Because no one else has lived your life. Only you have lived your life. No other single person has had the exact life you've had. Nobody has had the exact journey. Nobody. So, live your life as your own. Your path of growth is entirely yours, so avoid the one-size-fits-all mentality. One size does not fit all. Somebody could be successful in their early 20s. Other people could be successful in their late 60s. There's all those people in the middle. We all have our own timelines and our own growth and our own healing processes. We all think differently. We all act differently. We all have different bodies. Every part of us is different, and we are all unique, and we are all special individuals, and we are all people who are worthy of having everything we want in the time that is ours. So when you are ready to go on that journey, then it is your time. So ultimately, this perspective encourages embracing the raw process, the struggle, the lessons, and the emotional work as the true valuable part of becoming. So we are all becoming. And that is so important to understand. We are all in the process of becoming something, and we are all on our journeys, right? So I wrote this also because part of growth is stepping outside of your comfort zone, stepping outside of what you know, getting past your limiting paradigms in order to seek growth, change, and your dreams of abundance. And maybe abundance looks different to you than abundance does to somebody else. Maybe abundance for somebody else is love. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's land. Everybody's version of abundance is different to their own experiences in life. So, the comfort zone, that limiting paradigm. Living within your comfort zone, you will not experience all the greatness that life has to offer. The world is outside of your comfort zone, and it's a beautiful place to be. When I've explained this comfort zone to other people, I explain it like a dog's electric fence. So dogs have invisible fencing. They have their little collar, right? They stay within their boundary. And little do they know, outside that little boundary, outside that little zap, or that little fear that you have, is the whole world. So you are living here inside your electric fence right now. And if you touch it just for a second, you get an uncomfortableness, right? It could hurt just a little. Get a little sting. A little sting to your soul, a little sting. Fear is what that looks like. But you step outside of it, step outside your fear, and you can embrace the whole world, because the world is your oyster at that point in time. So, living within your comfort zone is your limiting paradigm. And your limiting paradigm, it's there to keep you safe. It is truly there just to keep you safe. But keeping you safe isn't giving you experiences. And sometimes your limiting paradigm, I know there's some of you who've had a rough go at things. So comfort looks like pain. Comfort looks like fighting. Comfort looks like addiction. Comfort looks like so many things. Comfort can be negative, and comfort can be sitting on your couch. All on our own unique journeys. So get outside of your comfort zone. Know what you are worthy of. Know you are worth everything. You are special. You are energy. You are love. Step outside it. When I was at church today, these were the notes I was talking about. They talk about fear. Talked about fear in the sermon today. He was skiing down a hill, and he was young and he was scared. And he said he didn't know what he was missing. You don't know what you don't know. Practice makes perfect. Practice doesn't even make perfect. That's the thing. That is the wrong phrase because practice does not make perfect. Practice just makes you better. And you lead when you do that with your heart and walk the walk. Don't just talk the talk. So if you say, I'm going to do something, go for it. Do it. You have the power. You know how you have the power? Because you already said you want to do it. How about instead of saying, I want to do that, say, I am doing that. I'm doing that. I am riding this bike. I am going on this trip. I am asking for a raise at work. I am asking that person that I like out on a date. I am going on that hike. I am starting that diet. I am doing things to better my life in the way that I feel should be done. And that are my dreams. And I use the example of my kiddo all the time. My son, Graham, he learned how to ride his bike this year. He's 8 years old at the time. And he had been wanting to ride his bike for the last couple of years, and he was just too scared to do it. And he had the capabilities of riding his bike. He just said, yeah, my training wheels are more comfortable. I feel safe here. Or I don't want to get on the bike. I'm scared. But then there were other kids in the neighborhood they wanted to play, and they were riding their bikes, and you could tell he was sad. And he wanted to ride his bike. So I took him out to the road one day, and he was like, I can't ride my bike. So we're not going to talk like that, bud. He was like, okay. And I said, do you want to ride your bike? And he goes, yeah, I want to ride my bike. I said, then say it. And he goes, I want to ride my bike. I said, are you riding this bike? And he said, what? And I said, are you riding this bike? He said, I don't understand. I said, speak it into existence, bud. Speak it into existence. I am riding this bike. And within 5 minutes, that kid was riding a bike, and he didn't get off his bike all summer. It is that easy, but it's also very hard because we are not children. Most of us watching this, and this is more of an adult podcast anyway, but our way of thinking is based on how people talk to us or little things people have said, whether it's teachers, parents, siblings, friends, peers, to make us, even just society, the news, what have you, they all make us think a certain way and feel a certain way that make us live in our paradigms, that make us live in a comfort and make us think that we're not capable. But we are all capable. All of us. It's just kids' minds are sponges. And we have all had a lot more damage and a lot more trauma done to our brains that it's harder for us to put ourselves in that mental state to say that I am going to do this. And I bring up this podcast again because I was scared to do this. I was scared of putting myself out there. I was scared of following my dreams. I was scared. I was scared. I was scared of finding love and thinking that I would be accepted for who I am. I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I was beautiful enough. I didn't think I was smart enough. I thought I was too loud. I thought I was too much. But I wasn't. Should have been exactly who I was meant to be the whole time. And you should too. So living outside your comfort zone. Growth isn't polished. I am a person who in the past, I will admit it to you, I am a perfectionist. I have dealt with a lot of problems in my life dealing with this perfectionism. I want to go out, I want to do my best, I want to be the best. I want to know how to do something immediately, and if I don't, I get downtrodden. Why? Why was I like that? Why was I feeling that way? I really don't know why I was that way. I haven't figured it out, but I know I am. And I know the best way to get out of my comfort zone is to tell myself I'm worthy. I don't think I've shared the I dyed my hair pink story because if you haven't noticed by now, so it was September of 2024 and I went pink and I never went back. I was feeling really down on myself. I wasn't feeling very confident. I felt 1 inch tall. Nobody likes to feel 1 inch tall. Wasn't feeling loved. Wasn't feeling appreciated. Felt pretty invisible. And I had a hair appointment set up on Saturday. And I thought to myself, I think I just want to dye my hair pink. I think I want to do it. I'm going to do it. And it was such a rash decision. I woke up that next morning. My sister does my hair. She does a great job. She's done my hair for 25 years. Look, I look fabulous. Anyway, so I texted her at like 7 o'clock in the morning and I said, how do you feel about coloring my hair pink today? She said, well, I have 3 different pink hair colors and I don't know if I have enough to do it, but let's give it a shot. And the second I walked out of that salon, I knew it was the right choice. I was like, I just did something big. I just made a huge decision on a whim. I did it. I wanted to do it. I stepped outside of my limiting paradigm. I stepped outside of my fear. I stepped outside of caring what other people thought, and I did it for myself. And I started shining because of it. And I started feeling good because of it. And I feel more of myself because of it. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and dye your hair pink. It's not for everybody. But what do you want to do that you've always wanted to do, but you've been too scared to do? What if some of you want to learn how to salsa dance? They have salsa dance classes. Go do it. Why are you afraid of somebody judging you for wanting to dance? Why are you afraid of somebody judging you for wanting to learn how to play the banjo or the trumpet or the piano? Maybe you want to learn how to play the tuba. We need more tuba players in this world, okay? I want to see a parade marching down my street of a bunch of tuba players. I love the tuba, okay? I love tuba. I love polka music. Come on. Got a whole street for you to march down playing the tuba. Go do it if you want to. I know some of you don't know how to swim. Haven't you always wanted to learn? What's your fear of water? What is it that makes you afraid of water? Let's figure out that fear. Are there some of you that don't drive because you're scared? How about bigger things in life? Because a lot of us get into corporate America and we're scared to leave our job, to follow our dream, to ask for a raise, maybe, to apply for that promotion, to know that we're worthy of what we want to actually do. Some people say, I'm just working this job just to get the benefits and be done. Is that really how you want to live your life? I don't know. I don't think you do. Maybe you do. And if you do, then maybe this podcast isn't for you. Maybe it's not. But I just want to see people shine. And I think that you could be really, really shiny and beautiful. You already are shiny and beautiful. It's in you to do that. It's in you to be beautiful and shiny and express to the world who you are. Let it out. Because beauty is on the inside. And once that beauty starts coming out, It's pretty wonderful. I think about vibrant people all the time. Vibrant people are why I wanted to do what I do, because I wanted to learn how to be vibrant. And I wanted to learn how to be beautiful. And I wanted to learn how to love myself. So I did. And I love myself very much, but not in a cocky way. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. Absolutely do not think I'm better than anybody else. I just embrace who I am as a person. And I tell you what, my kiddo, that kid embraces who he is as a person. I see these kids in school, and I see the ones who just are their whole selves. Actually, my son's girlfriend, he's had the same girlfriend for like the last 3 years. Yes, he's only 9 years old. It's adorable, okay? But man, she's cute. And she is a girl who lives in her whole self, and that girl is shiny. And she's beautiful. She loves to play in the dirt. She loves glitter. She loves bright colors. She loves her hair short. She likes wrestling with the boys. But she likes painting her fingernails. She loves embracing every single part of herself, and it is just amazing. She likes dirt and bugs and weird things, and I love it. Love it. And it's so cool to see at that age. And when I see a teenager being their full selves, I know one, and she is her whole self. Gosh, she's funny, and she like embraces her entire self, and she does not care what people think. I love that. Like to live outside that line of caring. Yeah. So yeah, growth is not polished. Growth is personal. We're all on our own journeys. We're all worthy of love. We're all worthy of abundance. We're all worthy of our dreams. We're all capable of being confident and shiny. I had to take a quick pause, but now we're back. Okay. So back to what I was saying with growth not being, growth is messy. It's not polished. It's personal. Also, that has to go into the next thing that I wrote about here. You don't need to be ready to start. Feeling a need to be ready actually is a limiting paradigm. Trying to keep you in your comfort zone, but comfort zones are places you stay and not realizing what the world has to offer, not realizing what you're missing. So, you don't need to be ready to start. If you wait till you're ready, a lot of people say this when they're having kids. If you wait till you're ready, you'll never have kids. If you wait till you're ready in any other part of life, you'll never do it. Just do it. An entire ad campaign was based around that and sold billions and billions of dollars, maybe even trillions at this point in time worth of stuff, because they're encouraging people just to do it. Because if you wait until you're ready, you won't. Stepping into a place of discomfort in order to achieve your dreams is worth it when it's done. Once you look back and see the progress that you've made, see that growth, see that development, see where you started and see where you are now, you'll be so proud of yourself. And that pride That pride is so wonderful. And people can see it. People can see when you're proud of yourself. People can see that energy. They can feel the energy. And some people have an aura around them that's very, very noticeable. And it's because they didn't wait till they were ready. They went ahead and they did it. And yeah, I just keep thinking about that a lot. You don't need to be ready. I wasn't ready to do this podcast. I wasn't. I said, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I wasn't ready to start life coaching classes. I was ready for a life change. But you can be ready for a life change for a long time and not know what journey you're going to go on. But if you decide that you're going to have a change, you just need to start making the change. Start figuring out what it is you want. But you don't have to be ready. Lead with your heart. Find your passion. Do some work, and maybe your passion will come to you. Some people don't know what their passion is going to be either. Like I said last week in my episode, back in 2023, when I was at that full moon ritual, I didn't have a dream. I did not have a dream. I just knew something needed to change. And I went down a path, and it was not the right path. I learned from it. I grew. Then I went down a different path. And here I am talking to all of you fine folks. And I've seen other people do it too. Some people move. They're like, I don't want to live in this state anymore. I want to go venture out to this state. I want to travel. So they figure out a way to make money to travel. They figure out a way to maybe make money traveling. There is one gentleman on Instagram that I follow, and some of you may follow him too. His whole shtick is love your journey. And he quit his corporate job and started a watch company. And he put all of his savings and everything into it. And he was passionate and driven, and he made it succeed. He did it. And it's amazing watching his Instagram now, because that's what he did. I have seen another person, her name's Bonnie, and her husband, they are now following their dreams of traveling. And she quit her corporate job to start on a journey. If you haven't checked out Bonnie Schroeder, definitely check out Bonnie. She's a cool individual. And actually, she's somebody that I've watched her journey and made notes of my own of how I think I would want to live my life, watching her courage to live hers, watching her courage to be her whole self. The only thing I would tell you, if you see somebody else and you think, I want that, then get it. Then start following. Look at the tools that they use to get there. Look at their work that they put in to get there. Look at their drive. Look at their ambition. Look at them never quitting. They never quit. Athletes will tell you all the time. They failed more times than they won, but nobody notices their practice. Nobody notices all the chances. Nobody notices what's below the water line in an iceberg. 75%, I believe, is the number of an iceberg is underwater. So if you compare that to your life, think about growth, development, the things you went through, everything that you built up so people can see the shine. You living your dream. They can see the house, they can see the car, they can see the relationship, they can see you shining. And of course, they're cheering for you now. But they didn't see all the work you put in to get there. So keep working towards that. I don't really have a good way to end this podcast today. Still got to work on my ending. Maybe I should do. See you next week. I don't know. Just kidding. But what I want you to take away from this week is don't let others' opinions of you weigh you down. The only opinion that matters is your own, and make it a good one. Don't let the little green giant make those opinions of you. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are worthy of everything in life. Make sure to practice and don't give up, because perfectionism is a lie. Nobody is perfect. And that took me a long time to learn that. Nobody is perfect. And you don't need to be ready to start. You just need to actually get past your limiting paradigm and take the leap. Get out of your comfort zone. Stop being the dog stuck inside the invisible fence line. Feel the zap and go for it. Lead with your heart and walk the walk. Don't just talk the talk. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Or don't even say you're going to do it. Just do it. Do what you want to do for you because you know that it's right. And if you can't be your best you for you, you can't be your best you for others either, was on my notes today. Just make sure to take care of yourself first. You deserve the love. You deserve the self-care. You deserve it. You deserve it. I cannot stress it enough how worth it you are. You are. So just remember, some people are not going to like your journey you're on. Some people are going to have opinions of it. But release the people pleasing. Release the people pleasing. It's not worth it. So say it with me before we go today. I am good enough. I am smart enough. And people like me. Because there are those people out there that are meant for you. I say now, I'm not meant for everybody. And I know I'm not meant for everybody. And I'm okay with that now. I used to try to be for everybody. I'm not for everybody. An acquired taste. I'm loud. I'm a little unhinged at times. I like to dance. I like to sing. I like to do all kinds of fun things. I like to go into mosh pits at concerts and all of that. And I know that that's not for everybody. But you be you for you, and your people will find you. But I've rambled on long enough today. So I want to tell you all to have a fantastic, fantastic week. If you need anything, you can message me. I will put my email below. I will put my Instagram link below, my Facebook link below. You can message me on any of those. And If next week you have something that you want to ask me, if you have some way you want to lead what I'm going to talk about in my podcast, go ahead, send me something to trigger an idea. And I would love to come on here and talk to you about it, because I am here for you. I want to help you. My dream is to help you, to be there for you. That's my dream. It's not everybody's dream, but it's my dream. So help my dreams come true and write me in some information so I can continue this podcast, please. Yeah. Anyway, have a great one. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming today. Thanks for coming. But thank you for watching my podcast today. I really appreciate it. Go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment below, because when you do, that helps the algorithms. Share it on your socials, whatever it is that you want to do, so more people get to see this face every week. Please do so. I appreciate the support. I truly do. And as time goes on, these will get more smooth. They will have more structure, but we're all growing, right? I'm learning this whole process as I go through it too. So just remember that. Have a great, great day.